'Twas the 6th of October when all throughout Twitch bucket began drying, and it was so over. You. There we go. Cool. Sounds a little creepy. Music's the ambiance this time is a little haunted forest-y. Because the first prompt I missed yesterday is deer. And since we're in October, I'm thinking, it's a spooky month. Why not go a little more spooky than the last few prompts? So I'm thinking, what could be spookier than a deer that isn't alive? And that's why I'm drawing a deer skull. I'm only gonna use this as reference. I haven't drawn much actual anatomy before, as you can probably tell. But I do want to actually get the idea across that this is a deer skull, so I'll just be using it as reference for getting some help with this. I'm also probably gonna have creepy eyes. Let's go ahead and actually just get this out. That way I don't have to worry about being dumb. And also just hide the crown for now. It's gonna have to be smaller because I am gonna be running low on space if I keep drawing at this scale. It's a little bit smaller of a drawing this time around. Right around here. Down, over in the corner, and there we go. Back to deer sketch. First thing I want to get around is this little diamond shape that they got for a head. It's gonna be. It's not exactly diamond. Well, I could do that, make it rigid, and less friendly looking. These little bits for the top of the horns. Something like. I guess they do have to be kind of symmetric. So. This. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Something like this. Thinking. If you have to acknowledge the fact that deer skulls are empty and hollow. A little bit of that's very good. Like this, we can get the eye sockets prepared. Oh, that's actually kind of like these, but higher up. So let's see if we can get that. Instead, did a little bit of something like that. We have a little bit of that. Something like this. And we got this. What if we did this and let that into this, right? Well, that would work actually. Because creepiness here actually still lends itself to the main silhouette of the skull. This is looking bug-eyed, which I mean kind of deer are, but I'm okay with the top half so far, so I'm gonna fix that. fix everything from the top half under. So let's see how I want this. This, 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 this. This, this, this. Well, I guess this could go like that. This goes boom. That's about the portions I want. Shouldn't be too worried about these things being exactly the same shape. As long as you can tell that it's generally same-ish. Evil. Like this. It goes. I see, because obviously there are lines on skulls. That's how skulls kind of work. They're pieces. You have those like this. Maybe if we can do that. I'm not sure how good this is going to be. Let's see. Spooky. Something like this. I mean, this is kind of like a. Whoop. Something like that kind of shape. As long as I get like. Like that. Alright. There we go. Boom. Boom? I wonder. Because these aren't supposed to be like divots, or I guess kind of like carved out. It's not supposed to be that. It's just supposed to be like lines in the skull. So I guess. Look at this. What if I can erase this here? There we go. I can like. I see. Alright. Of course, these are their own holes in it. And this is a bit heavy, but it's just a sketch. As long as I keep this detail light, it should be fine. So if I try the deer line art for now, and I stuck with some of the darker part of the bone. the darker part. Yes. Increase it a little bit. This should just be this. And why not? What is the this I could go for a little bit more roundedness. Like this, that could work. I guess I kind of forgot that there's supposed to be it's supposed to kind of lean into this kind of deal. What am I saying? It's nonsense. But of course we get it a little bit. Okay, let's also get rid of the sketch right now for this. I want this to be right. Now you gotta do this. That. And then skinnily. This up. Right there. And redraw this to make it smooth again. There we go. What we need is this one. Let's practice a little bit more, maybe. Those are usually symmetric. So let's do this. Wish I could thin this out. I could thin that line out. That would be great. Something like that, right? Or maybe a little bit thicker than that. Right? Because I want this to be like, oh yeah, this is like a crack in the skull. I guess a difference between bone plates. That's what I want it to be seen as. Like this. And it thickens out over here because this is now like its own part of the skull. And it thins back in. I think I've gotten most of that just right. Next up is the antlers. Are the antlers? Ooh. Get rid of this. And this, I like that. Kind of a similar repeat on the other side. This. With the sketch. Oop. Do this. Smooth the lines out here. Gently. I want to make this cohesive, put together. There we are. And one last over here. This should be fine. There we are. That looks pretty good to me. So let's go see if we can connect these two together like this. No, it's probably better unconnected. And underneath here to show that there is something underneath the jaw. I wonder. There you go. I think this looks kind of schoolish. What we do need to do though is something like this. Show that this is connected. Give me an excuse to have a little hole back here. There we are. That should work. Save. Ultimately, I know it's not perfect, amazing, but I'm not settling for that. I'm just trying to be normal. I'm just trying to not be normal. Normality is for chumps. What I really want is to just practice. That's all I'm trying to do, is get better slowly, slowly, week by week, getting better at drawing. Because screw AI for that kind of stuff. And also, I've always wanted to be a really good artist, even as a hobby, not as a job. Job-wise, well, no point thinking about that right now. All right. I think since I want to focus on like something to work on in the skull, I did kind of construction lines a little bit with the eyes, but not enough. I think what I want to do is work on the details, like because as we see over here in the main piece, there's like a bunch of streaks and scuff marks all over the skull that give it detail. And I want to work on that. I want to put that on my skull. Yeah. I want to practice on putting detail into my work, not just flat colors and... Well, I did kind of shade this stuff. I did shading, but I want to be better about, the little things. The things that tie it all together. Plus I still have to stall a bit of time so I could figure out what to do for Pierce. Cause like, what should pierce be? We could do easily piercing, or we could do like an ear piercing, or it could be like a spear running through someone. Or I don't know. Like there's a lot of play to be used with to be considered with the word pierce. Bone. As to so there we go. Alright, celeries. I'm a silly Billy. Let's get some stuff. It's okay if I overlap a little. I'm gonna use tools to turn it back to blend it together anyway. And at the front, add together with a little bit of yellow, yellowish. Make sure I don't get into those holes. And there we go. Finally dark. Oops, silly me. There we are. Okay. Typically I can see the contrast better on my screen compared to on the preview, but my current monitor seems to have it better. Alright, like this. Let's lower the blend zone. Smudge it a little bit. Ooh, undo that. Smudge the blend zone a little bit into this. Try to do this to fill it back in. And then tiny itty bitty blend over here. Move the darkness up. There we are. And of course, an actual difference between the skull and the antlers. That's what I want. Alright, back to eraser. Let's hit the edges. Make sure everything is. Oop. Fine and dandy. There we are. Ear line. Respect the eyes. Okay. And let's get some of this darker color. Huh, kind of green, interesting. And start speckling the antler base with it. Wait, this is the line. I don't want that in the line, I want that in the color. Silly billies. There we go. These seem kind of longer streaks. Let's go ahead and break it up a little bit. Push it down there, make it more speckled seeming. There we go. Like that. And we'll take this, grab a slightly darker color, and we'll just go with little streaks on this. Soft streaks going along the antlers. Give it a little bit more direction, I suppose. I mean, not fully satisfied with this. Let's see, I wonder if I could do this slightly less. I can just see if I can make this more in the background, more implied than spoken. Especially towards the tips. I want the tips to be more clear. It's better. I'll absolutely say it's better. It takes some of this. Let me start doing this. And that's that we can't tell if I'm being imperfect with my strokes. And maybe a slight blur of this. Maybe a bit more of this. Ooh. Small, of course. Like that. Alright, back to this. We're going to go a different route with this then. We're going to go ahead and has to be lower, size definitely lower. Okay, make sure we only the parts we've already gone over. Alright, something like that. Yes. Where should we get these? These are filled in. There you go. Alright. Next up is darkness down here. That's a tough one. Alright. Let's get some. Oh. I'm probably gonna want some of you. No. Texture. Textures. Let's see if I can get a good time. Like this, maybe? Let's see. Probably, yeah. That'll work. Do that one. careful with this. I don't want to overuse it. I'm going to overuse it into this. A lesson? Oh, hello. Right, sure. No, I'm just drawing a deer skull. What's a lesson? Hydrate. Let me see what a lesson is. Lesson. Lesson. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it's a creature with a kind of a deer skull head. Makes sense. But nah, I'm not that good. Not that good yet. Plus this is kind of dark, so I'm probably gonna have to go over the skull itself with a bit of lightness. Actually, let's just try this. Let's do that real quick. Real hint of light. There you go. Something like that. That's actually very careless. Especially since I got the antlers themselves. I want the antlers to be that dark. So, if I do stick with this kind of texturing, this rough texturing, go with this. There we go. One more. There we are. And of course I gotta get the darken down there. That's fine for now. Because, yeah, so at this point now I can work. I feel like that should be part of the shading, which I'm fine with. So let's also look at this then. Final bit of the color is getting the inside of the eyes, which is gonna be a little rough because I do want this thing to be colored glowing eyes, probably red. That's a nice stereotypical evil color. But redo. There we go. I could probably work with a dark base for this anyway. Also probably dark. This. Okay. And above the color. Oh, above the color, I want the eyes. Ooh. An orange. Orange would be interesting. I haven't seen much evil orange before. Bing, bing. Actually, let's start with this. If I actually got rid of the eyes here, I could use a new color for the eyes. I guess let's stick with this. There we go. I could use it as a base. That way I don't accidentally draw over anything I don't want to, in terms of the glowiness. Everything would preserve its original colors as intended. And then I could also add glowy details to the top of the skull accordingly to how glowy I make the eyes. There we go. We can do this. this eye should actually be underneath the deer color. There we go. Oh, deer color. Erase this top of this. Wrong one. And it's okay for the glow to come outside of this. That's interesting. Oh, because this is on the color again. Back to the eyes, right? Yeah, okay. What if we had... I want that for the glow. We had bright orange eyes in the middle. Interior here. This. So what happens if I... What about the opposite? What is the opposite? So that's glow first, then eyes. This is... So I probably want... Probably want the glowy... We get a little bit of glowiness to it. I do that one. You want to film these. I've got the colors I want, but I do need to fix things. Okay. Start with the nice. So why are the... Right, because the eyes are still above the deer, not underneath. Okay, then let's redo that. Now we're back to the eyes. This. That seems okay. A little small. Right, that's the difference because I'm not using the glowy anymore. The glowy brush. Fill this in. Nope, okay. I'll fill it in with a less opaque brush. There we are. And increase the size a lot. And I want the glow to go everywhere. Oh. So like this, right? I have to increase the radius a little bit here. And do that. Lower the size of this thing. Make sure this kind of goes in areas it should naturally go. Alright. Background, let's... The effect's gonna blur this together a little bit because it's not so hot. Merge. Okay. Raise you a lot. Okay, gotta get rid of that. I want the core to remain there. Actually, no. What is this? Let's do this. I can enjoy that. Appreciate that. Here, make sure I don't touch that. Ooh, undo that. Wait, why is that on the eyes merged? That shouldn't work. Weird. Okay. And then I'll top this. It's because I merged the colors? Oh, was I silly? That's the reference line. Let's do that. Oh, I did merge all the colors together. That's why. That's unfortunate. But it's okay, I guess. Maybe I can get this palely reflected on the bottom of this. Okay, do this. And a little bit of this. No, this is too intensive. There. Okay. And then the deers, let's go ahead and get the glow onto the line itself as well. Just fully sell the effect. Increase it. And let's do this. Maybe the bottom here could also be glowing. That'd be an interesting. There we go. Let's. I keep getting to the top over here. I want that. It's too far. Yeah, that's on the outside. That's and the deer line. Just the inside of it. And the bottom here. There we are. Maybe a little bit of glow at the bottom. This is a color still. Here, maybe a little bit at the bottom. Just to show that it is color. Yes. think that's sufficient. A deer with glowing eyes. Maybe we can also erase a little bit of smudge here. Oh no, what's that? I erased everything because I forgot to merge the layers. Okay, cool. And for one final piece of touch the title. Dear title. It's gonna just scratch at the top of the. Maybe a little less intense. Something like. Something like that, right? So that's. Alright, I mean, does that visibly say deer? I'd say it does. Maybe a little bit more on the D here. I'm content with this. Group together. We found a deer. And I can remove this. There we are. Deer. Oh, dear me. Input comment. There we go. Actually, that looks pretty sick, actually. Okay, but what I do need now is Pierce. And turn the background back to what? Okay. So back to 4 down here. Pierce. Pierce. Let's look at the definition of Pierce. See if we can do any wordplay. Alright. Pierce. Definition. So, not many. Of a sharp pointed object to go through something. To make a hole with a sharp instrument. Make a hole in the part of the body to wear jewelry. To bore a hole or tunnel or force a cutaway through. Now, if I did stick with just Weaver down here for the weave day, I probably would have used Hornet and her needle for Pierce. That's just the easy way through. But otherwise, it's gonna be. Let's see. Otherwise, this is pretty difficult. Because I'm thinking of drawing a spear, but the spear would have to be going through something. In the dynamic drawing, I mean, I did say I wanted to practice and get better at different things. Dynamic drawing would absolutely be one of those things. At the very least, I may add a little bit more. Well, it's hard to. let's at the very least go to the color merged. Get some of that color. I don't know if I want that exact, because I'll go to the center of the color and just lower the opacity. I want to get this a bit right here, show that it's actually glowing from farther away. Okay. Pierce. What could Pierce be? Thinking. Alright. You know what? Let's do some actual brainstorming drawing. We could always have let's see. I need a spacing. Boom, boom. Oh. Spear. And then we could also have kind of a yeah, just pierce. Boom, something like that. Alright, I could get rid of this. Because that would be like, you know, a spear piercing a shield. Gotta get a better chair, probably, eventually, later. Alright, I feel like that could do something. Oops, let's get you here. And little pieces flying out. Right, and then a little bit of outline here, because you want the... It's like an iron outlined shield. So like, right? I mean, that could be Pierce. Honestly, I might just settle for this. It's kind of large though. Whatever. Large smart. You can already see the individual pixels. I zoom in enough. Plus, you know, if I ever run out of space, I can just add more. That's the whole appeal of digital canvas. I might want to make this a little bit... like, I like the size of this tip. Just the handle itself. Maybe if I make the handle shrink... Hey. Keep these two little reference points. And in terms of construction, I want a clear line that is all the way here, so. Well, let's see. Probably the most realistic. Actually, let's go a little bit to the side because for some reason it's been starting to the side. Like that. Being right. Built there. A little Paris Hilton. Oh, I'm so clever. And make it marginally larger. I don't want it to be like, wow, it's actually just, you know, oh, no, that's dumb. But having this, I think could work. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna settle for this. By settle, I mean pick this for my Pierce drawing. So yes, here's line art. And let's make this dark gray for the shields. Can we get little blue gray? Like, like a hint of blue? Like that. A little lighter. Actually, let's do this. So, hue I'm happy with. Saturation, tiny bit more. More value. This. Okay. There you go. That's great. That's the color I want. So, I kind of want. It's like, do I want rounded edges or sharp edges? I think I want round. Like that. All right. We go. What? Use the force, dude. That's copyrighted material. Disney will have my head. So this is the last stream before Disney hunts me down and ends my career before it even began. There. No. There we go. There we are. Ooh, come on. Come on. Come on. Ooh, it's almost matched. Oh! Curse my unsteadiness. Ooh, come on. Nope. Dude. Okay. Get rid of the sketch. This is interfering with my ability to tell how well the line art is. The overall shape I'm happy with. I might round this corner out a little bit. Thicken this little piece right here. Okay. Pierce. We are working on Pierce. This. This. Nope, cancel that. This. I can clean up the line a little bit after. Make it thick again, but just need to make sure it's all continuous. There we are. One last. There. Okay. I could cheat. I don't want to cheat, so I won't. The interior shape. I probably just want to follow the general outline anyway, so I'll stick with that. Well, I suppose there's always appeal in. Nah, this is better. It's better to follow the shape of the shield. That. Okay. Nope. Just like this. No, it's. I'll settle for that. Because the shield isn't supposed to be the focal point, so I don't need to worry too much about it being super duper accurate. Especially not the part that's probably going to be covered up by splinters flying through the air. There we are. So we have that. The shield. I'll deal with the action itself later. But for now, I want. Oops. Let's go copy this color again. There you go, just the center of this. Let's change the hue. Be a little red, but also less saturation. There you go. Alright, and just add another thing for the line art so I can plausible deniability. Straight is what I want because spears have straight tips. And if they don't, they're not very good. Maybe. I'm not a spear expert. A spec expert. I can probably use this. Into. Let's see, let's go with this. That. Let's move this further down, the shield, something like that. Well, let's put this back to where I actually originally planned it, that way the handle can still line up. Doesn't matter if it's in the center. And now we go to this. I can go for some nice brown. This. I do this. I do shield. Okay. Sketch. Ugh, ew, ugh, nope. Yucky, ugly. Yucky. Okay, do that. Okay, sketch. Get the deer. Okay, maybe also add the. There we go. Sketch. Yeah. Interesting. So how far I push on the pad. Dictates the thickness of the line. Okay. This. Okay. And also start up the. There we go. Cool. So this. Ooh. Ooh. Redo. Just this bit. And this bit. Maybe not that much. Just a little bit. Nah, keep like this. Okay. Here's line art. Shield bit up to this point. Okay. I don't know how wood splinters. That's gonna be something I need to try and try again. Actually, something else I should try first. Slightly red. Keep it in the Pierce line art. I do actually need to get the little boards of the shield down. Oh, you know what? Oh, I just can't. I'll do this. Yeah. This. 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 It's probably less efficient for shields to be built this way because spears can, like that. We can see it right here happen. Actually, I can't do that. Whatever, new layer then. After the shield, but on top of the spear. Just so I don't have to worry about going in, but ugh. I don't have to worry about erasing the spear bits or drawing over them. This is at an angle. Am I okay with that? No, I'm not. I don't like that. The redo. I want a new layer for this. There we are. Ugh. Oh, goodness me. Okay. So now we have the color of the wood that breaks through, that's being broken. Suppose we can now draw some of the splinters happening. I want it to be curving upwards when it splinters. So something like that. Of course, I'm gonna be erasing all this stuff. Oh, Oh. It's over here. Like that. Breaking over here. I can just erase the shield behind that. There we go. Like, there you go. I keep saying there we go, there's that. Oh, yes, perfect, wonderful. Splinter up here. There you go. I think that could work. Maybe a little bit of cracks. Maybe a little bit of. Okay. I think that should be enough. Let's go to the Fierce line art and erase some of this stuff. Erase some of the shield that's being covered up by shrapnel. No more. The splinters cover up the iron. The splinters of damage obscure the iron of protection. There we go. Wonder. I really wish there was something I could do to show more motion of the spear being thrust. It's already going long, and maybe if I blurred it a little bit. I'm not sure. Oh well. For the time being, I'll at least focus on now the coloring. All of this will now be merged into the yeah. Here's the line. And now the colors. Here's colors. Underneath. Okay. Get a bit of this. And now we can increase the value and saturation a little bit. Maybe decrease that. A little bit more. Right, that's why the opacity was not up. I mean, let's see, on your screens it's fine, but on my screen it's almost the same. I'll increase the value. Make sure there's an absolutely clear difference. There we are. Pierce line. Do this. Do that so we can cover up this bit right there. There we go. Okay. Back to the color. Undo. Back to colors. Shouldn't be too worried about the coloring right now. I'm only doing the inside of the shield lining, outline, so as long as I stay within the actual outline, the inline can be colored in a little bit. go. There we are. There. I really don't know when I'm supposed to swap out the nub, the pen nub. I hope it isn't soon, because well, maybe it is soon. It's okay if that's the case, because I do have extras when the time comes. This ambiance is really good at its job. I keep thinking someone's trying to talk to me behind me. But no, it's just Craig the ghost trying to tell me about my soul's expired warranty. Your soul is mine. Like, here to the line, that. Yeah, back to this one. A little bit easier. Something underground stuck in my head. Line. Yeah, that's exactly why I keep this around. There we are. That should be the outline of the shield. Completo. Do this. We turn it to the red value. Red. We cannot teleport red anymore. I keep the same value. Let's just grab this ray and maybe saturation, increase the value. There we go. What do you say? What do you think? Whew. For a moment there, I was worried I accidentally colored in the actual whatchamaface, the line, or colored in the line art layer. Thank goodness I didn't. Is it time if she only knew? Will the prophecy come true? Get a nice little fill in here. Sweet. That's the metal bits complete. And now let's go work on the handle wood. Made of sandalwood. There we go, that should work. That should be a nice, yeah, that's a nice handle color. Let's go zoom out so we can see the difference between the colors and the grid. No, mother, it's just the Northern Lights. It's just the Wendigo. Wendigo. Hey. If you ever have a Native American spirit captured, and you suddenly see it's missing, the first question you need to ask yourself is, Wendigo? When, you know, because I hope someone got that. If you did, congrats. If not, yikes. I gotta work on my jokes. parts here, because, oh wow, it looks like it doesn't like me. Well, too bad. I like it, so it doesn't have an option. Note to viewers, consent is very important in a friendship. If you don't both agree to be friends, it's probably not a good idea to treat each other as friends, or to treat... There you go. And just to make the shield color easier, I'll just make it a separate layer underneath. Okay. And line you up. What is this looking for? This different color. Good. No way this is going to be infused for anything else. I'm so smart. That's why I don't need to worry about the well, maybe I could worry a little bit about the... whatever, I'll just erase. So true, I don't have to worry about the shield outline. Oh, that's such a relief. I can just erase everything I don't need from the outline. Here we are. Alright, and also careful here. Okay, now I go to the Pierce colors. There. There. Gotta be careful. Let's go ahead and get back to this. Repaint. Colors. Oh, that's a line. Duh. Oh, that's a line. Oh, that's rough. Oh, I should have erased the sword lines. Oh, what was I thinking? The fools! As long as I'm careful, this should be fine. There we are. And down. Ugh, right. Okay. Draw this here. Now I can erase Pierce colors again. As long as I stay within these lines. There we go. So I should probably pick a lighter color for the interior bits of this. Undo. There you go. Undo again. Zoom out. And okay. This back to this. Okay. I'm gonna want a to erase some more of the outline that is overlapping. Maybe I could use this outline color to draw little studs in the shield. Oh, okay, someone's at the door. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. It was just a internet sales guy. Alright, let's get back to this. Let's see, because I don't want to lose progress. So where were we? We were, right, gonna use lighter color for the wood here. No, studs, right, we were doing studs for the shield. Uh, Oh, jeez. My eyes keep glitching. I just... There we go. That should be better. Okay. Back to this. I don't know exactly how to give this shield good studs. Especially since they're mostly going to be... something like this. Okay, I should zoom in so we can actually see what we're doing on this end. There we are. And I guess a couple. A literal couple. Ha 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 ha. Let's do these. Redraw this. Okay. So, cool. Studs added. We'll give them more detail when shading comes along. But for now, we got this. Make it lighter. Yellow. There you go, that should work. So now we can give these little splinters lighter color. To give it emphasis of, oh wow, these are the insides of the shield that we're now seeing on the outside. I wonder if I could do something silly. Fierce colors. Fierce colors? No, undo fierce line. I could do this. And like this, I could be like, haha, see, this is the same color as the inside, so now you can see it's, you know, this was the surface bit. Right, I'm being dumb. A little bit darker. See, this is the edge of the. I'm probably putting way too much effort on the splinters. Well, you gotta put an effort on the splinters. That's how you tell your story. Guys, the voices are speaking to me again. You want me to commit, I don't know, reasonable acts of any human suffering? Would it be reasonable acts of human suffering? I don't know. I'm not a philosophist. Philosopher. Why are you a different color from that? This, this sticks out. That. You know. Oh wait, no, the blade was supposed to come over the splinter on this one. Ah, whatever. It's what it's. Let's go just like that. There we are. Here's line. No. Cover it up with this. There we are. What am I doing? Just erase this line. Is part of Pierce color right here? Ooh, undo. That's part of paint layer 1. No, it's part of Pierce colors. No? Part of Pierce line? What are you? Yeah. Well, even that's not done. Oh. So yeah, Pierce color. You're weird. You're so weird. Can't. Okay. There we go. Go, and now we get to shading. Here, shading. Let me actually double check, because I really wouldn't want to do all this work just for Pierce to not be the word of the day. Okay, it is, and I spelled it correctly, thank goodness. Okay, start with the dark side. Low opacity. There's not really much darkness to shade here. Maybe like down here what's underneath the splinter, and like, ooh. The shading of the actual spear itself. You know, maybe a little bit bits and pieces here. Oh, no, I'll redo that one. I guess I could, yeah, just, you know, make a little, yeah, pieces based off of this. A little, bit of shading here with, well, redo. Ooh, there you go, this. A bit more shading underneath the studs. But shading under, keep it on top. I gotta. And if light is coming in from this way, the bottom of the shaft here would be a bit darker, but not much else, because it would be mostly within the light. Careful, because Yoink. Don't want to get anything in the actual canvas that I don't want. Okay. I think this piece is kind of simple enough that I can yeah, just leave it as this. I also just realized that because of the way this is designed, I haven't drawn a strap on this side yet, meaning like if I drew a strap, wow, this could be seen as more of the holding part of the shield, but because I don't have that, it's coming out from the back, which is fine. It's fine. I don't need realism in my I don't need realism in my drawings. Or I guess realism, I guess realistic thought. I don't know. Studies like that. So having something like that would be. Oh, redo that. I think it's necessary. Fill this out. Mostly probably using. Do that. I could have a nice highlight on the spear itself. This is not good. That's not looking good at all. But what if I added a little bit of shape to the blade itself out of this? Alright, because then it actually looks so weird. Alright. It looks so weird like that. I'll just probably just edit it. Nice. I'll probably have to blur this together. Make it look better. Oh, back to the airbrush looking thing. Maybe here. Oh, looks like somebody's home. I might have to mute again. I'll wait as long as I can before I do mute. Yep. There we go. Cool. So, I don't know what I'm thinking for this. Like, this just kind of makes the shield look a bit more rounded on the edge. Which isn't horrible. Because, you know, there are plenty of shields that are rounded around the edges, probably somewhere. By doing this, I can make it look less awkward. I mean, ultimately, it's not that bad. I've come to realize that if I wanted to add more motion to the picture, I probably could have like bent, quote unquote, the shield around the spear penetration. That way it would have been look more cartoonish. But that's fine. I'm gonna go real quick. I gotta look at this background. Do this. Right, okay, whatever. Do this. It's actually not that far out. What's it? Threshold, no, minimum threshold. There we go. So I do need something. That's forgivable down here, the handle, but mostly around the top of the shield. Let's go to the background and fill you with black. What? Opacity is 56%, no wonder. Can I just please? There. Holy moly, that was rough. Shading. Erase. I just want to erase the tip of the shield. There's the part that's kind of making the shield look like it's glowing a little bit. The etherealness. Yes, I know we're listening to ethereal background noises. That's fine. That was for the deer, not for the shield. Go. Oh, wait, I'm not picking the. Oh, sorry. There we are. Being careful around here. There you go. If I do this, I can just focus on. I can see what's there. Okay. And try this again. And that. And erase this little bit here. Boom. That's reasonable enough. And there we are. Deer and Pierce. Wait, I gotta write Pierce. That's good. Let's grab this. Here, title. Let's see if I can make it look like it's been scratched into the thingamabob. Oh my, the metal. I could just write, but this. Nah, let's make it darker. There we go. Wait, I before E except after C. No, that's not used for Pierce. This is R, C. Yep. I wonder if I could real quick do that. Give it a little touch up right here. Shading. That way it's affected by the shading. There we go. I'm satisfied with this. We got the deer, and we got the Pierce. Honestly, I'm satisfied. I'm gonna post these to the Twitter and Discord in case you're interested in joining. It's at the description of both the stream and the stream. And let's see what tomorrow's word is. Tomorrow's word is starfish. What? That's not October-y. Alright, fine. I'll think of an interesting thing to do for that. But yeah, I'll post these online where people can see them. I'll be trying to draw around the same time again tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Have a spooky day.